Well, I'm still alive as I have been. Looks like my channel is working. Actually, we're waiting on the layout, but we're live? We're currently... Oh, yep, there I am. I see myself. Hi, everyone. Well, I'm Ecdysis. I do a lot of games. Let's say that. Given the nature of this marathon, one of my favorite marathons, by the way, there's been a lot of fun games where I've just looked at a game and said, wow, that's awful. And this is no different. The next two games are going to be absolutely dreadful, but in the best ways. Anyway, this is Remothered Broken Porcelain. It actually looks really good, and the story is actually not that bad, but this is going to be kind of a weird one, because we're playing on a... what's the word? This is how the game released. We had to down patch this game for the speedrun, because whenever we tried finding speedrun stuff, they actually ended up patching it out for us. So we found a consistent patch on 1.03. Time will begin once I hit my first button in a moment here, but we'll break more into what this game is and some of the history behind it and why it's awful. Or great, I should say. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So, this game actually came out in the year 2020, October, roughly about, and this is a very recent game. I always like seeing recent games on Big Bad Game-a-thon, because, like, very often you'll see, like, old, like, PS1 cursed games, but it's something's nice to see something that's, like, really recent. Anyway, you may notice this game looks pretty good, you know, models are nice.
You can't erase memories.
We have a nail gun. You can yell commands. But more importantly, one of the earliest glitches you can find immediately is that whenever you vault and then immediately vault back, she does this weird horse trotting thing. So you can just sort of watch her, I guess, vibrate.
There would be no separation between.
It's a fun giddy up. Right now, we actually need to wait. We're waiting for an enemy to come out. So right now, we can just sort of do this. And I wouldn't say the story is awful for this game. It's confusing.
Fractured by spells of amnesia, hallucinations.
Now, they actually patched this out. If you're wondering how, they removed the functionality to turn your camera. Anyway, I actually want to wait right about here, because the enemies are going to spawn from that vent. Yes, I know the joke. But once I hear Porcelain Memory, the lights turn off, and then I will run up to the vent. When that happens, we have an enemy. So, a lot of people got confused. This is just a you die portion. So I'm going to walk up to this person and just hope to God they beat me up. Once I get hit roughly about 3 to 5 times, I am done with this portion of the game. This must be like a daydreaming sort of thing. A lot of people didn't realize this and would spend actual hours trying to avoid this guy. But you just have him kill you, and then, yeah. That begins the game. In fairness, it's kind of like Silent Hill 1, so I don't totally mind that. But you're going to be able to see a lot of glitches that we're able to utilize quite nicely in the speedrun. Once again, I am going to mention that I'm down patching this. I'm on the 1.03 version of this game. This is kind of the best of both worlds, where they patch certain things, but they didn't patch everything. We want certain patches because when the game initially came out, some of the boss fights were like, I think you need 6 items to kill them. That's ridiculous. Like, now it's like 2 hits, which is reasonable. But when the game came out, you had to, like, use every item in the vicinity to take out one of the bosses, and it was ridiculous. No, the dry vaulting isn't useful, but it's very funny. Since we have a portion where all we're doing is waiting, it's more of a hilarity thing. As well, we're going to begin the game in kind of like an auto-scroller sort of thing. We're just kind of walking through, learning some of the story, and we're going to be following this lady, Gloria.
The bathroom in room number 212.
Andrea. A large reason why a lot of the early games are a bit slower is because they're kind of just giving you the story. We kind of do break into the game rather quickly after this portion, but for right now, you're just kind of looking, our character's arm is broken, you'll get the lay of the land of the map, and it's fun stuff. Oh, they removed a lot of things. One of my favorite stories is one of the major things for speedrunning tech that we found. It's very specific on how we're going to be doing it, which I'll be displaying later, but we found that. And then one of our runners, also shout out to Jewhorse, he ran Ju-on earlier, and he also had some nice routing for this game. But Jewhorse actually found a trick for this game, which was really fun, and it's very specific on how you activate it. So he asked the devs, hey, please don't patch this, and then they immediately patched it.
They had gone mad.
That's what happens. You know? That's just how it goes. There's also going to be some odd things I'll try to show off that'll be fun, but we're about to break into the game. So after this dialogue.
I'll start with room 213.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I will mention the story of this game is a bit confusing, but it's not bad. It's kind of like the new Suspiria, or just something like Suspiria. And that's the best way I can really define it. Alright, so now we can run. You can kind of see that. We're gonna have some activations. We have to, like, talk to notes. I have to talk, like, Bob cuts in the store. And now we're gonna be hitting our first enemy once I talk to this plate of food. The first enemy is gonna be very challenging. It's gonna be Andrea. That lady we're just talking to, she's gonna be turning evil. We also have a crow. Hey! Anyway, Andrea's now evil, so what we're going to do is we're gonna hide from her. I'm gonna run in this closet. Alright, now that I'm in the closet, I'm gonna wait for Andrea to touch the door. The moment she touches the door, we're gonna do the masterful stealth. Alright, we're good. Remember, pure stealth. Bye, Andrea. Or Andrea. So a lot of the stealth in this game isn't really needed because a lot of the, when I go to certain rooms, activations will happen. So once I go to this room, I can actually grab an item, which is going to be these scissors, which I'll use later. I do love scissors after all. But once I get the back, you'll see I actually hit a cutscene, which I'll automatically be hiding, and Andrea would enter the room. Since that happens, I don't have to actually worry about being stealthy, and I can really book it here, which is hilarious, because it's like, oh god, I gotta hide, I'm gonna die, but then you just sprint. And yeah, we downpatch it, because we gotta keep a lot more of the glitches, and it's way more fun this way. The original Remothered's a pretty fun run, we don't have to worry about that one, and then this one's also fun. We have to run with scissors. No, so a lot of the things in this game is moth powers. Evil moths, good moths. If anything in this game happens, just understand that the answer is moths. It's always moths. Why is she bad? Moths. Why do we have powers? Moths. It's always moths. For anyone wondering, what's the plot of this game? It's lesbian Titanic with moths. That's the story of the game, in all honesty. Like, if you're wondering earnestly, that is the story. Anyway, right now, Andrea is going to be on a bit of RNG. I have to wait for here the keys, but we're going to be hiding in this locker because, you know, she's going to be looking all around. You can kind of stealth through and all that. Moths, like the bug. Not moths, like the rock, but moths.
While they're wandering around the house.
Where's the keys?
I'm here.
Keys?
Working my ass off.
No, she's walking around. She can leave immediately sometimes, but it looks like she's leaving right now. There's the keys. Alright, now that she's leaving, we did this portion. I'm going to stealth run after her. You can actually run while stealthing, and it moves slightly faster. The reason I want to do that is because I don't want her to find me. I have a very specific setup I want to do here. But a fun part of this game is you can actually just start sprinting after her right here, and she won't notice you. Alright, so I can't actually sprint at all once I enter the room, because if you try sprint crouching, all the birds will start yelling at you, which is bad. But we're going to be doing a phone call. The answer is 213#, or hashtag if you're that person. Now, back to perfect stealth.
Oh god, I hope they don't find out.
I need to call this phone because there's going to be a door that is locked, and I need Andrea here to unlock the door for me. But it's perfect stealth. She can't find me, don't worry. Also, I'm glad that quote got added. I'm glad that's a good quote. Alright, so the moment she opens that door, I can actually start sprinting, but I want to wait a little bit longer, because if she's blocking the door, I can't get in there. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, she blocked it. Here's the fun strategy. I'm going to wait for her, and then we're going to run around her. Right when the game came out, you literally couldn't walk past people in hallways. This is kind of the reason we play on this patch. It is. Well, I mean, it is the horror block, so there's that. Alright, she's blocking, that's fine. Luckily, if you ever get permanently... Oh, game. Where am I? Oh, thank you. Very cool. Alright, so we got the wire. Now we have to repair the electricity. I need to fix a safe, which is going to allow me to get a key, which is going to let me leave that area, which I'll show you a very dumb edition of this game. But yeah, they'll try to throw you if you're permanently stuck in a wall. They're not going to kill you. They'll try to throw you out of the way so you can still get away, which is a nice quality of life. Luckily, we can mostly pass. I do need to be a bit quick right now. I did take some damage, which is bad. Not the end of the world. I just mainly make sure that I can actually get through the rooms I need to get through. We got a bit unlucky on the Andrea spawn there, but if we type this in fast, it should be fine.
Look at the code.
The answer is 3214. We're gonna get the key, and then right when we get the key, if I can open this door, we're good to go. I got the door, that's all that matters. We're actually gonna check one right here, and let me show you something funny. So, you might notice, hey, I can activate this. I can push a button here. What does it do? Well, let me show you. It kills you. And it doesn't give you a death animation, it just sends you to load. That's intended, apparently. When asked, why, do you want to do anything with this? It's like, no, keep it in. So there you go. That's how it goes.
Oh god, I'm freezing.
Anyway, there's Andrea. She jump scares us, and now we have a time and we need to push this dumpster. We're gonna be hitting one of our first minor tricks in this game. We're actually gonna start hitting those, right? I mentioned tricks, and it's been like almost 10 minutes, and I haven't really done them yet. So, one of the tricks in this game is during certain cutscenes, you can actually move. And the game doesn't really think you can move. So what I'm going to be doing right now is in this room, I am going to be talking to a poster board. That's then going to give me a jump scare, and then we're going to have to hide from Andrea. Now, to make this a little bit better for me, I'm going to talk to this, and then I'm going to immediately, once this happens, skip the cutscene, I'm going to start running found on right, as you can see.
I saw it. What's going on?
You can actually enter the closet early if you know exactly where you're going.
Completed their chores.
It's not always easy, but I am... Oh, I mean, I'm in the closet. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I was already in the closet. Normally, you'd be able to see out of this, but since I entered the closet before the cutscene actually ended, I can actually just... We have a black screen. Don't worry. That's intended and fine. Because then we get this cutscene. We're also going to be hitting our first boss fight of the game. It is going to be Andrea. Or Andrea.
One of these days,
the boss fight with her is usually either really easy or really hard. So the way the boss fight's going to work is I'm going to steal the key. And then we're going to make this very easy. And yes, the moths are evil, but they're also good. It's weird. We'll get more into the story on that later when we kind of hit the plot relevance, I guess. No, the moths aren't lesbian. The characters are lesbian. Why would the moths be lesbian? The moths are just moths. Anyway, here's our boss fight. We get a panic event, and ideally, I don't want to mash too much because I can accidentally throw something. I'm gonna run back here, and I'm gonna throw a cup at her. By throwing a teacup, I got her. Oh, cool. By throwing a teacup at her, I can then ideally try to stab her. It looks like I whipped a teacup. That's okay. I'm gonna throw this bottle at her. Okay, there we go. We're gonna go behind her, and then we stab. You ever stab someone with a shovel? That's how it goes. Alright, now she's down. She's not actually down, though. I'm gonna take the screwdriver. And now, I'm gonna try to position myself right behind her. Because what's gonna happen is I'll be able to pick up the key, and while she's getting up, I'm gonna be right behind her. So, since I'm right behind her, I can immediately go for the stealth attack if I'm in the right position. I am not. Okay, that's fine. The backup, luckily, is there are cups in this room. I can just get another cup, and I can then just do this. And GG. This is the first boss. You get 2 stealth stabs, 2 cups. It does the job. The intended strat, or not the intended strat, but the speedrun strat is right when she gets up. You can stab her again if you get the right angle, but it really depends on where you beat the fight. Yeah, that's a lot of catch-up. Definitely isn't anything else.
Missing.
So this game is actually a sequel to the first game, Remothered Tormented Fathers. It's not a terrible game. I actually do like that game. But keep in mind, it might jump between some timelines as we're going. It's like 3 different stories at once.
woken up.
Alright. So now we're gonna get this weird blinking animation. Let's see. Audio seems fine. Kind of. Yeah, they're also. You got it. So for some reason that blinking animation, it lasts... Oh, let's see if I can get it. Sometimes I do. Am I gonna get it? Maybe.
Shit, they drugged you.
Oh, I wanted to try. For some reason that blinking animation randomly happens, and you can get it while the game is paused.
This story...
The only problem is I don't know how frequent it comes up, and I don't want to entirely wait for it. I think right... Oh, I could have done that. Alright, hold on.
You heard Andrea.
Hold on.
He hung himself.
Let's go for now. Yep, there it is. I just wanted to show that off. It's really weird, but if you pause the game, the blinking continues, and I don't know why. It's a really weird decision. And I just...
It was all an act.
I don't understand.
And if there had been, it wouldn't have been his.
Anyway, this is Lynn. Lynn's going to be our friend throughout this game. And we're going to be hitting our first major trick. I mean, we had the one earlier, but this is the main trick we'll be using throughout the game. So, as you may notice, what this game will try doing is the game wants to force you into certain dialogue patterns and certain portions. So right now, I'm holding down shift, I'm holding down the sprint button. The game will not let me sprint at all. I am forced into walking. I don't mind walking right now, because I'm waiting on Lynn's movement, so it doesn't really matter for me. But there's going to be a portion after this where I actually won't want to move, and Lynn's not going to let me move. I might just start slamming keys so you can hear the audio, but once you hit the bottom of these stairs, you'll see what I mean.
They found you and they brought you here to use you. Now that they are
Alright, so right now, you may notice I can't move at all. We're stuck in position. And that doesn't matter, because I can go to settings, I can go to controls, I can just rebind a key, confirm that, and then, well, whee! Bye!
The disease. What does that have to do with me?
So normally you're locked into these things. Now you can see she's not walking either, because her model's not supposed to move. So she's sort of just skating, and Lynn doesn't know what's happening. So we're gonna kind of ignore that entirely and just go back to this. You can hear the dialogue while it's going. Anyway, the reason why this is slightly faster is because normally the dialogue ends over there, we're going to pass out. But it's actually going to be faster maybe right here, because the key I want to be at's right here. We're going to be able to use this any single time throughout the game that the game doesn't want me to move. So if there's any point the game doesn't want me to move, I will be able to do this. And we can essentially disrespect all of our surroundings. You can even see Lynn running by when she's not supposed to. She runs away, but she just runs right by us. There's also a glitch where you can do this while crouching, but the problem is it can prevent the actual thing happening. But, yeah. I try not to break it too much when I'm laying down, because then the key doesn't work.
Does everything that she is capable of to maintain control over the others.
Alright, we should be getting up.
Therefore, eliminating the
If there's a way to skip dialogue, it'd be pretty great. Alright, so now a phone call's gonna ring in, our phone's gonna ring in here, and we're gonna have to do more of that stealth action. I don't think I have a throwable, sadly, but I might get one just to make you laugh. Alright, so now I can get the key.
A telephone. It's coming from Ashman.
And now we can head back. Is there a cup anywhere? I think there is a cup somewhere coming up, and I know where to get one. Okay, cool. I don't mind the lore of this game. I think the lore is not that bad, but watch, I'm gonna do something funny here. So I'm gonna take this cup. By the way, this isn't a speedrun strat, it just makes me laugh. Alright, so I mentioned earlier, whenever the game doesn't want you to run and kind of wants you to do a stealth section or to wait, the game will lock you into that. So, opening this door, this is Ashman's office. The game immediately makes you crouch and you can't get up. However, yes I can. I want you to also pay attention to the dialogue.
I'll have to be as quiet as possible.
Remember, I have to be as quiet as possible.
This way! Hey you! Come here!
Quiet as possible. There we go.
Hey,
so you can just sort of throw a cup at him and it's okay. He never actually wakes up. There's no tension there. You just sort of run through. And it's a lot of these little things, as you quickly do them, you can save a lot of time throughout the run. A little more quiet, exactly. Hey, you! And then, you know, just eat a teacup.
Hey, over here!
So I don't really need the teacup because it's going to remove all my inventory anyway. We're hitting our second boss fight of the game. Oddly enough, this game has a surprising amount of boss fights. And the second boss is going to be just as confusing as the intro of the game. Just trust me when I say that. You're not going to expect what happens.
Wait, what's that?
Anyway, we have to go here.
Ariana? Richard?
You have to talk to like 3 things in this room that's going to allow the boss fight to happen. The boss fight's going to be with the sleeping guy who I throw a cup at. Don't worry, I'm sure he's not mad at me throwing that cup. Oh no, he's mad about me throwing the cup. Who'd have ever guessed? Anyway, he has a gun, but don't worry, he didn't see us. He actually just walked out of the room. We're gonna use a fire extinguisher, and we're gonna just cover him. Now, we're gonna do perfect stealth. I'm gonna hide behind this pillar. He has a gun, mind you. Alright, perfect boss fight. Then you run into him. That's the fight. I'm not kidding. That's the whole fight. Remember, he has a gun, but, you know, hiding behind the pillar and just spraying him twice with foam, he bonks you on the head, then you win. A lot of people don't actually know that. I was confused when that happened. I was like, do I have to keep spraying him? Nope, you just get slapped. Alright, now here comes the fun part. Oh no, I'm chained up. Whatever will I do? Wait a minute, I can alt-tab.
Do it, Jen.
Whee! And now she's flying. You can actually pick up items while you're going around.
You can do it. Concentrate. Release.
And you can even throw them.
Inside of you. You are.
Remember moth powers.
Acherontia. The moth.
It's the moth powers. Remember that.
Listening to you.
So right now the game is actually going to introduce us to the moth powers.
A gift. A gift. Use it.
All this saves is that the moth can be a little bit closer to this door. It does save a wee bit of time, but it's more for show than anything. It just lets you immediately go right there. And then you spawn in the back of the room because the game doesn't actually think you can do that. Anyway, here's one of my favorite dialogues in the whole game.
Coming from the cold room. I think the lights went out.
I just think it's fun. Alright, now it's time for more masterful stealth. You may notice every time we have to do stealth, the answer is go in a locker. It's like playing Dead by Daylight.
Do this to me.
There is slight RNG in the game. He can look in the locker. I don't know what makes him look in the locker. Usually he just leaves, but there is the rare chance he won't. He probably leaves. Yeah, he leaves. Alright, by the way, I'm gonna warn, there is slight animal violence coming up. There might be sad things happening to a dog. I'm gonna give you that warning right now. Probably about maybe a minute or two. Anyway, back to maximum stealth. Remember, it's gonna run by all of them. He has a gun, she has a bat. It doesn't matter, it's gonna run through them.
There must be some sort of exit.
Slight? I mean, severe, but... yeah, something bad will be happening to a dog. I'm saying that right now. Alright, so once I hit right here, I actually want to start crouching, and this is a fun trick to do. By going here and then around, I make it so I'm not going to be seen by Andrea. Getting seen by Andrea is really bad, so I turn around and then we use the moth powers on the dog. Since I broke the game doesn't really know what to do about this. Normally, Andrea murders this dog very brutally, but if I wait right here, what should happen is the dog will just sort of explode. I'm sorry. I don't know why the dog just explodes. Andrea's model entirely is gone. But there we go. And now he just leave.
Be a man.
Go away, please.
There's no more dog violence. Well,
Hey, you.
no more active dog violence for the rest of the game. There will be a disrespect later, but it's not really dog violence, I guess. Thank you for typing that, by the way.
That was close.
Alright, so, this is a stealth mission. You're supposed to use your moth powers. Guess what I'm not going to do?
Stay with me. Don't leave
Stay with me. Don't leave me. Don't worry. I'm leaving.
Do you see that old jukebox?
Alright, so there's the red nun. I'm not supposed to be running here, so she doesn't ever actually notice me. So I can actually just do all the activations on foot. So I'm just going to run to the end of the level right now while she's doing that. She's distracted, and I'm going to wait right here. Now I have to activate my moth powers. The moth powers are going to happen right about here. The game kind of expected me to be doing things and talking. Like, you're supposed to talk to the jukebox with the moth powers, and they're supposed to help escort her. So we're going to do the rest of that the second half.
There should be a key somewhere.
First things first, we need to find a key. Once you find the key, she's going to make noise because she's clumsy. We're then going to go to this closet.
No, she heard me. Oh God.
Once you go to the closet, she'll hide in there, and then I wait right about here. Now, I need to wait here because the game can actually soft lock. She needs to go to that door I just went to. And if you try going too far forward, she just freezes. There's no reason why. Also, look at the red nun. She's skating.
Thank you, Jen.
I don't know why she moves like that. She's on, like, Heelys. Alright, so she should move. There we go.
A little longer.
Alright, she's moving. So now I can go to the red nun. And there we go. She just teleports, by the way. Exactly.
Jen, you can stop her. I beg you.
And there we go.
Stop.
It makes that whole section rather trivial, because you just... Alright, so here's a section you're forced to walk. Guess what I'm not doing? Every time you can do it, you do it. Alright, so this is supposed to be like, I'm not even kidding, this is supposed to be like a romantic basketball scene, where they're talking about their dreams of playing basketball, but since I broke the game so much, the entire screen is just black, and there's subtitles at the bottom while you hear the dialogue. I have to mash left-click both to fire the basketball and to skip the cutscenes in between that. I'm also going to mention that there's going to be a cut audio at the end of this scene.
weaving.
I didn't cut that. I'm not skipping it. If you can see my hands, I usually put them up. I'm just gonna say, they're just gonna say Abdul Jabbar and immediately cut over. That's not me messing with the game. The game just does that, and I think it still does that. Like, if you read the subtitles, you see there's supposed to be more lines, but just Abdul Jabbar, and it's really weird.
My father used to tell me that nothing, not even time, can get in the way of something you truly desire.
Yeah, a lot of the cutscenes just kind of get broken to that glitch that we've done. But the glitch is so specific because you have to change your settings, like, mid-game, and people aren't going to be doing that at that point. Anyway, here you go, watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner!
Abdul Jabbar?
Like, I don't know why it just cuts. It says Abdul Jabbar leave this body, kind of like how, you know, kids say Kobe, but like, why does it just say Abdul Jabbar? Like, it says leave this body. Why? I never understand it. But I guess it works out.
What am I doing? Don't give up now, Tim.
Also, just I guess alert people if they feel sad about it. This game rubs the insult to injury, and they throw the dog down this shaft as a jump scare. I think we skipped most of it, but yeah, this is a horror game. I agree. That's what I think. Abdul Jabbar. Also, I do want to give a content warning. Am I playing with two mice? No, it's right click and left click.
What is this place?
See, they just kind of throw down the dog. At that point, I think it's adding insult to injury more than anything. Anyway, content warning. There's a loud staticky noise, and it pierces my ears. So it hurts my ears. It might hurt yours. Once I grab the third item here, it will happen. So about maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds? Maybe less. About now.
No wonder.
Ah, there, God.
Oh dear, what happened?
It's so awful.
It looks like there's light coming from that wall.
Alright, there we go. I like to believe they deliberately put that in there to assault my ears. Anyway, now we're gonna be hitting our next boss fight. You know, remember those? Yeah, more boss fights.
Fuck, not again. What?
This section is actually kind of cool. It's supposed to be creepy, but a lot of the fear factor goes away when you use your moth powers. Because right now, you see how there's a nail gun on the wall? And you see how there's these pile of baby dolls? Well, hey, buddy, how's it going? He's just sort of, He's just sort of chilling here. See? He's just sort of waiting. And when you know that, it's funnier, because, well, there's the jump scare. Anyway, this fight's really easy. The whole idea is that you can't hit him, but he's afraid of light. He's a true gamer, if you ask me. Like me, afraid of light. So, I'm gonna lure him to 3 light bulbs, and then... Oh, we'll hear that later. Alright, so we have the next one. Really? Buddy, come on.
I'm shooting him, for God's sake!
There we go. You have to make sure you actually hit him with the light, make sure he follows. So that's where you're shooting him or yelling at him. Make sure he follows us.
I'm here!
He takes really weird paths, but as long as you make it, it's fine. This is also the fastest path. Oh god, he got me right there. That's fine. Let's actually just play this a little bit safer. Poke. That's fine. It should be dead right now. Oh god, am I dead? I might be dead. Please, 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 please. Good. Alright, GG.
It's gone.
Alright. Do I get to say the that's never happened before? Also, funny enough, this is actually a shortcut, so if you know what to do here, then it's much, much faster.
There we go. Anybody there?
He's the opposite of a moth? No, he's actually the moth
I'm trapped down here.
soldier.
Somebody help me.
His name is Porcelain, and he's what the moth powers control. So he's like, the dragon of the moths, I guess? Alright. Hey, look, another walking section. No.
What exactly are we looking for?
Shh. We have to be quiet.
Out of the way. Out of the way, you.
Husband always keeps some cash in the office for small emergencies, etc.
We're just gonna ignore.
Yes, I like getting myself into trouble.
It's much better. I like Porcelain. He's actually kind of cool, but still.
I wonder if I'll also find my violin. I haven't played it in ages.
Yeah, we're kind of obligated just to sort of wait here.
November.
We have to kind of wait the whole time so we can unlock a door, but,
To the hotel?
right now, Lynn's just kind of talking to herself here. Because we ran past her friend. I mean, good conversation, but, yeah. Also, I guess if you're into this thing, this game, has, absolutely one of the most, like, lesbian romantic scenes I think I've ever seen in a video game. It happens right here. I would play the cutscene if I had time, but like, I'll just describe it to you. Lynn sits down on a chair, and then Celeste or Jennifer there gets on her lap, and then they play piano together to some song while touching each other's hands, and it's absolutely the most romantic thing you'll see. It's actually kind of sweet, but like, I'm not going to lie. I think it takes the bet with that, or takes the cake. Anyway, back to actual strategy. We're going to be just kind of doing this. It is absolutely in the best ways for people. Alright, on to the next boss fight. I'm also going to be able to show some fun tech here. Now, this is going to be a very, very difficult boss fight. I definitely wouldn't be lying to you or anything. I mean, maybe I would. Oh yeah, it's pretty much the pottery scene, but, like, amp up the lesbian magnitude by, like, 100. No, it's actually not. It's not actually Makura. It plays it quite well in that one. I'm not even kidding, it's lesbian Titanic. So just make the movie Titanic, but make the characters lesbians. Alright, so to begin the fight, I have to use the moth powers, except not really. So what happens is this guy comes out. You go one of two ways. Looks like he's going the way... he's going a good path I don't normally get. So what we're going to do is hide in this locker. Alright. Yeah, that part's still a bit rough, Smebble, but for the main character, I think it's actually, I think Celeste here is a good addition to the series.
I have to stop.
Anyway, this is the fight. I'm currently checking my phone. Let's see what's on Twitter. Some people are talking about Elvis. I tweeted at Big Bad Game-a-thon. Yeah, this is the whole fight, by the way. That bar in the top right, that needs to fill out. She's gonna say I can't. It doesn't really matter.
I can't take
We're just sort of waiting for her to finish. So let me continue to tell why this game's kind of weird. You may have noticed I picked up something called moth keys. Moth keys in this game are a way to level up. I'm not kidding. And this game has an RPG system where you can power up your character. Also, Sega is still following me, so that's good. But yeah, this game actually has an RPG mechanic where you can go find keys, and then you can use them to power up your stamina, your health, your damage, and your moth powers. So if you're wondering why she keeps saying I can do it, the game kind of expected you to figure this out. How do you figure this out? You find a random box in a random room in the game, and then you use your keys. If you don't know where it is, you don't actually get it. I'm not kidding. The moth keys actually level you up, and that's the whole mechanic. This is actually an RPG. You just don't do any of the mechanics because they're practically worthless. Anyway, we're almost done. That bar is almost filled to the brim. Once it's almost entirely gray, we can get out of the locker, and then... Oh, wow, how unlucky. That's fine. There's a backup strat here. All I have to do is grab a bottle. Hey, buddy, you cool? Oh. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, okay. Well, let's hope he doesn't see me. I guess he lost me. Okay, I'll take that. Well, let's hope this doesn't mess up. Alright, so we're gonna use our moth power, go through the vent. Haha, we vented. And then we talk to her. Now, we get a nail gun once I go through this door. So, for some reason, right when you get the nail gun, you can shoot her in the bum. It shakes. However, you shoot her in the head, her bum still shakes. So all nails go, I guess, gravity or something. Alright, oh god, he's right behind me. Oh my god. Anyway, the way this fight's gonna work is you shoot the lamp, that will remove the moths, and then you can pump and pull the nails. Comboing pull nails is the best strat by far. And then he will vent. He's a bit sussy if you ask me. But the fun part about all this is you can then use your moth powers again. And by using the moth powers, you can actually see he's just, waiting. Just sort of waiting for us to begin round 2. Alright, pretty easy fight. We're gonna go once again start shooting him. Once he goes back in the vent, the fight will be done. And then it ends once you hit the car. It do be kind of sus. By the way, there's a clock tower reference on the car. It just says CT for clock tower. Because this game was supposed to be a clock tower-esque game.
I simply took out the cables.
Ah, gotcha. Makes sense.
What did you do?
And I can drink water.
I don't understand. I ended the sequence. You're free.
That's exactly what they wanted you to do. The exact reason why you ended
You
up
can also move around the car if you really want to.
One way or another, Porcelain kept us all guarded.
It doesn't do anything, but you can notice the cars, the loop for driving is just one consistent loop. It happens long enough where you actually can tell the loop.
They will never let me leave.
Why are you involved in this too? Explain, for God's sake. What did you do?
I had warned you not to touch anything.
You get weapons in Clock Tower. You've always gotten defensive weapons.
Trust anyone.
Enough of the stuttering.
And
You used umbrellas.
the child is dreaming in REM face.
The riddle.
And on open wings, a moth is a blade.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if she can break out of that.
That much of blood.
All right, let's take a look at Lynn. Maybe she can backward long jump out of this car. Let's see. Just maybe.
I told you to leave. To leave this godforsaken place.
Maybe.
What the hell was that? They found us.
He never left us.
I'd like to mention right now that Porcelain's like surfing on top of the car.
Why did you do it?
And then there you go. She just leaves the car. All right, now it's time for something, well, I think every game can use this. Now I bet you're wondering, hey Ecdysis, how do you know a game's a good measure of quality? What if I told you it included, wheelchair drifting?
I just want to get away from this place. I have to keep.
You heard that right, by the way. So now we're playing as this character named Rosemary Reed. She's the character from the last game. And, you heard me right. You heard me right. Last year, I brought the mummy in for log surfing. You know, Brendan Fraser log surfing. The sequel to that is going to be Jodie Foster wheelchair drifting.
The remote. Come on, Reed. You can do it.
There we go. So we're gonna grab the remote, and now we're going to use our shins to ram open this door.
Yes.
Just full-blown ramming this door. I'm pretty sure she would break her legs, but I guess that's okay.
It's giving in.
All right. I need like gas to play, or running in the 90s. All right, here it is. Time for the Eurobeat intensifying. It's running in the 90s. You see, someone thought I was actually joking. I don't know why, and I don't know if a wheelchair can actually drift like that, but it does. Anyway, here's a fun strategy. You're supposed to record dialogue on these radios to use on a safe. You can just do this. I got all the dialogue I need. I held down the button for 1 fraction of a second. And now I got the dialogue I need, so I can instantly open the safe. That happens by just pushing the item and then pushing the activation of the item. It immediately ends. You only need like maybe a second of it. It's really easy and it's hilarious. Alright, so we're gonna be a true, we're just gonna take the gun. If you don't need anything else, bunch of stuff in there. Poison, letter, metronome. Nope, all we need is the gun.
There is nothing you can do to free.
Actually, I guess it's less of a gun and more of an American door lock, because this door is locked with the chain, so all I'm gonna do is just shoot it. There we go. Alright, time for a boss fight. This is the hardest boss in the game, but not really, because I made this joke already. The boss fight. Talk to this door.
No.
GG, we won the boss.
You to talk now.
Porcelain will spawn there. You're supposed to figure out what to do. Apparently, you just talk to the door. Everyone thought that was a glitch. Nope, you just talk to the door.
No.
Alright, now it's time for an actual boss fight. That's not a meme. This one's definitely the more notorious one. If you were aware of this game at all when it came out, you may have heard about something. I'm mind my language, by the way. I do want to just mention that to the, you know, the runners of the marathon. But, oh, wrong item. I want the nail gun. There we go.
The moths are protecting her.
You may have heard something when this game came out about, quote-unquote, that fucking bitch upstairs. Maybe I can use my power. That line I just said, you are probably going to be hearing, I don't know, let's give it an over-under, minimum 3, maximum 10. So round 1, she's surrounded by moths. And I need to hit her with nails until she's done with the boss fight. Now we have another red nun. Get used to that line, by the way. Really get used to that line.
I have to be quick. I have to find that fucking bitch there upstairs. I know she's there.
There, it already happened. There we go. There's one. So the way this works is now Lynn has the nail gun, and it's a 2-prong fight. Or actually 3-prong. For one, she'll zone out every now and again. I need to
find that fucking bitch upstairs. Maybe I can use my power.
Well, you heard her. I need to find that blank upstairs and use my power. So I'm gonna use my moth powers on that, you know, and that's going to make Lynn then lose her moths. By the way, she said it during the time the line crossed over. Alright, so now we're gonna throw a brick at her. Oh, I whiffed it. There we go. We're gonna throw a brick at her. That's how you know we're friends. And hopefully I can probably get a second helping of moth power. She does seem to be moving, so I might not be able to get it. No, I'm not gonna be able to get it. Normally you want to do the moth powers when she's not chasing us. There we go. When she says help me, that's usually your cue. There we go. Here's the second one. You need 3 of these, by the way. It is swearing.
I have to concentrate.
Alright. Round 2, you just throw another brick at her. Alright, hopefully I might be able to get the... you can actually chain these together if you hide right. Also, infinite bricks behind this wall. You want to hide behind a wall. If you're wondering why, if Lynn sees me or the red nun sees me, I actually lose the ability to do the moth power. Alright, got her, thank God.
I have to go find that fucking bitch upstairs. Maybe I can use my power.
I think they were just kind of unsure of what people might want to do, so they kept repeating the line so you're absolutely sure you needed to find her upstairs. Alright, now we got the nail gun, and this is gonna go...
Be quick. I have to find that fucking bitch there upstairs.
Exactly the way you expect. You just sort of keep firing the nail gun. Can I get one more? Hold on. There we go. Alright, so we got 4. We got 4. That's actually kind of minimal. Yeah, when the game came out, they only played that line. It was hilarious, because, like, so many people were confused by this fight with how hard it is. Because you don't know you have to use your moth power on the red nun upstairs. Lynn's... Oh, wait, the voice actress who does Celeste is really good. We just keep hearing, I have to go find that upstairs. Maybe I can use my power. And you'll keep hearing it whenever someone does this game for the first time on the old version. Now, I think they patch it so lines change, but, yeah. You actually had a really good boss fight there, funny enough.
Hey, are you okay?
No.
That lovely witch, yes, that lovely witch there upstairs. Maybe I can use my power.
She's made a mess of everything.
Lynn. Where's Lynn?
Who the hell are you talking about? Go! Get her!
Alright, so now we're further in the game. We have a flashback. Or not flashback, but they use moth powers to wipe our memory. So don't worry, what's gonna happen now is, you bet you haven't seen this trick in a hot minute. Restore us to walk. I'm not gonna do that, it's slow. We're gonna do this.
I don't understand. Why do I...
We're gonna run through here again. We gotta get a key to go to the back. Luckily, the key is really easy to find. You literally just go in here. The game also paused me while I go in here. I don't want to be paused, though, so let's do this again. This is gonna be an awkward angle, because if you don't go all the way around and open that, you have to do the trick again, because it locks you for some reason.
I've been here before, but everything...
But now we can just go outside.
I can't shake this feeling. How did I get back to the hotel?
Also, it's really windy up here, and she's really magnetic, for a lack of better words. I'm just gonna say, I don't know why her tie is going inside of her shirt like that.
I have to go back.
It's just very windy, I guess.
Who are you?
I guess they programmed this room to also have wind?
I slowed her down. That's all I could do after letting my consciousness be fragmented and my body become a host for the
So you just enjoy that.
You're the only one.
I don't rock a bolo tie, but I guess... Oh, there you go. Now it's on the other side. I guess that works out. Yeah, you can still yeet over the railing at any point. I'm just not doing it because the checkpoints are awful. But at any point you see the railing, if you yeet over it, you'll just load and lose all your progress. Alright, so now we're back down here. This portion of the game... We're actually nearing the finale. This portion of the game is pretty straightforward. We need to find something to help Lynn break out of that room. If you're wondering what we're going to find, we need to find a reel of film. But this is going to be really easy. So, funny enough, the game doesn't want you to know this for jump scare purposes, but there's actually a door right here. And Porcelain will try to jump scare you from that door.
No, shit!
So right now, we can just sort of walk in here. There he is.
What now?
Bye, Porcelain!
What am I going to do? The film!
Now, if you want... Also, the line continues on into the loading screen.
I have to find the film. I have to go back to the hotel. To the cinema room. Now I understand.
Alright, cool. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Move around the hotel unnoticed.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Hopefully we're good.
It's all connected.
Yep, okay. So there's a bug that can happen if you're not careful. You can't open any doors and you have to load the game over. I didn't get it, luckily. But it is kind of funny that you can do that. The game doesn't expect you to know that, but if you know it, well, you just avoided a large jump scare. Your sister run away from Porcelain. Anyway, back to being a master stealth tactician. Andrea, once again, is going to be our enemy now. She is going to be going to that room, unlocking it, so we, you know, can't steal a key in there to open the store. But don't worry about it. I'm just gonna run past her. Toxic survivor main. It's called teabagging. I play Dead by Daylight. Alright, we're just gonna run through.
Okay, now I have to hide and try not to make a sound.
There we go. By the way, that means I got caught and it kicked me out of the room. It doesn't actually do anything except kick me out of the room. Toxic survivor mains, man. That's how it goes. I got my Survive with Friends squad coming up.
I have to find the film. Gotcha. Before saying goodbye.
No.
Please, I beg you.
Alright, so the strategy here, just walk to the back of the room. He'll walk up to us instead of using his gun. And, well, we're out.
Okay. I have to return to the basement and play this film on the projector.
Don't make a sound. Just slam the whole door. And now we can head back down. The way we're actually going now to go back to the basement, funny enough, is going to be using the room that we started in. Because this room, apparently the fireplace is how we got back. So if you know that, there you go. You can't do that early, you only do that once you have the knowledge from the end game. We're actually hitting the final boss, though, funny enough. So we're going to go through here.
Make sure I don't get caught.
And there is RNG that can happen. If he exits too early, he can actually knock you down, so just be careful with that. And now, we're going to talk to the pipe. So, going back to Dead by Daylight on the other end, we get to be the killer this time, while Gloria, the red nun there, gets to be the survivor. I'm not kidding. This is how the game ends. This is the actual final boss. The final boss is going to be very, very bad. Why is it going to be bad? So, the game wants to make it really cool that we've taken over Porcelain. We now have the control. Oh, where are you going? Where are you? I lose time because of this, I think. Hey, shoot. Thank you. There we go. So the game wants you to actually try to chase her and hit her, but hitting her doesn't actually make the game work. What you need to happen is you need to follow her to like 5 rooms and get shot in every room. So I'm not kidding when I say this is literally toxic survivor mains. This mechanic's also used in something similar to Silent Hill Downpour, where you kind of play as the enemy. Correct, there you go. I'm glad you got that one.
Crazy.
But here's the fun part. We're just gonna go in the room, we're gonna walk up to her, I'm gonna get shot, and then we go to the next room. This is the pattern, so it's actually quite literally the most toxic survivor main you can think about. She's teabagging us, she's shooting us, and then she's just running away.
Not a part of them.
This is the actual final boss of the game. You can hit her. Some people wonder, oh, can you hit her? You can, but you don't want to because it makes her slower. Oh, the music in this game and the actual design is great. The only problem with this game is some other stuff.
Not to me.
Can you move? Thank you. At least she doesn't have a flashlight? Right, she only has a gun. That's a bit worse than a flashlight, I think. She has a gun. Well, hey, I know how guns can work in games, and I'll say it right now, the gun in this game works quite well.
Not everyone died at the Crista Morente.
This is the actual final boss, I want to remind you. Even in the updated version of this game, you don't need to hit her. You don't need to do any damage. All you have to do is follow her to 5 rooms. The 5th room is always the same. The RNG of the other rooms is how that goes. Why did they design it like this? Because it doesn't actually matter. I don't have to do damage to her. I literally just have to take 5 gunshots, or 4 gunshots. Will it explode when she throws it? You know, it just might. We might learn something about that later. Alright, so the last one's always the same. After 4, she'll always go here. And then once you're here, oh hey, we knocked her down the stairs. And then she goes to her last one, which she went to first. I will say the run is almost done. So that being said, I do want to thank you all for watching Remothered Broken Porcelain. To kind of just enjoy the rest of it. By the way, we can do the Killer Vault. It's really slow and not good, but there it is. Alright, so time's gonna be coming up when we hit the last page of a book. However, since I am currently, I think, 6 minutes under estimate or so, or 5 minutes under estimate, I'm going to play a romantic cutscene, because why not? You can learn about their Titanic journey together. Here you go. You can see the strong lesbian energy I'm talking about. If you think I'm messing with you, I'm actually not. I'm being entirely honest with that one. But while this is playing, I just want to say thank you all for watching Remothered Broken Porcelain. Time's not up yet. I'll hit that in a moment here. But I do hope that you enjoyed this game. This game did come out in 2020. It's a recent game. It's actually not a bad story. I actually really do like the story. It's just, a lot of the core gameplay is kind of weird, and the main reason why is because of lack of testing, really, or just lack of caring about the testing. And, also, they wanted to compete with Amnesia Rebirth, so they released the game early, when it was very, very undone. And those are the main issues. This game, though, I still like it. I still think this is a solid game. I've been Ecdysis. I do a lot of horror games and horror game speedruns, so if that's your jam, well, there you go. You can find me on twitch.tv/Ecdysis, and there it is! See? It's sweet. It's lesbian Titanic. Now you're thinking, wait, wasn't the story of Titanic that you had that old lady remembering her young love?
What an odd name for a violin.
You did. You did. Because it's not over yet. It's an old lady. So the whole game is that you're playing as a guy listening to an old lady talk about the time that she got all the lesbian action as a teenage girl. Anyway, the time ends once you hit the last page of this book. And time.
Older sister. My older sister.
I'll put the final cuts in here. But yeah, the whole story is that you're playing with some old guy who got his... Oh god, my follower's going off. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully it won't happen too much. Luckily, it's only the sound. I knew I forgot something. No, so it's actually much worse, Cube. So, the whole point of the game is that you're playing as a guy, or you're an old guy who lost his sister to Ashman. Your sister got kidnapped, and you went to this old lady to find information about your dead sister. But before telling you about any of this, she decided to tell you about all the, you know, romance she had.
Lynn never managed to come to terms with it. For all these years, she held on.
I can skip this one, though, I think.
To my memories. Her own. And those of the other victims.
I might alt tab right now. Hold on, let me see. I might mute it, though. Hold on. I can just do this right now. Yes, beauty. Boop, 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 boop. This will be fast. 1 moment. 1 moment. So we can watch the ending. There we go. Okay, where was I? There we go. By the way, even with the run being done, we still actually do have one more skip. No, she didn't make out with her sister.
Top of the world.
The old lady looks like this, and that is the clock tower in the SN. It is. I like Clock Tower a lot. That's why I kind of like this game. By the way, there actually is one more major skip in this game. So, a lot of games, what they'll do is certain cutscenes you can't skip because they want you to watch them. And one of them is actually, The creator of this game put his name in the credits, and he made his name unskippable. However, the credits are skippable, but you can't skip them until after his name is shown. However, as we speedrunners find and adapt, I can actually skip his name. And I'll show you how after this cutscene. It's the most important skip in the entire game. Like, watch, let me see if I can, yeah, so you can't skip this cutscene at all. This entire cutscene's unskippable until the beginning of the credits. And the ending's actually sweet. I actually do like the ending.
And
it is a pro gamer move.
you would find me there. At the theater. On the stage. At the piano.
Alright. So you see how this guy's name popped up? I can't skip it. However, if you alt-tab, you can actually go to the pause menu and hit back to main menu. So I'm not going to look at his name. I'm just going to skip that. Yay! And that's Remothered Broken Porcelain. I hope they all enjoyed it. Here's some weird dude doing a weird game coming up next. I haven't heard of the guy. Something like, I don't even remember the guy. We'll figure that out. I just hear he's a weird dude, and I'm just going to say this game is going to be the Citizen Kane of gaming after the next game. So, thank you once again for having me, and we'll be right back.